What's up, guys? I'm back with another video to you, and in this video I'm going to talk about vampire shows. I've seen quite a few of them. I do like watching vampire shows and stuff like that. There's some that I don't watch, and obviously we're going to go over the ones I have seen, and we'll start off with Vampire Diaries, guys. Like, that's my favorite out of all the vampire shows. It's one of my favorite because simply it just has witches in it. It has werewolves. It has vampires in it. It has, crossbreeds, which is different. You know what I mean? You got a vampire werewolf. There's so much detail. Even some of the beings are immortals and have like special powers and stuff like that, guys. So that's like my favorite one out of them. I'll go into detail on a little bit on each one in the other videos, but we're gonna start off with just naming off the ones I have seen. So I've seen True Blood, guys. I just recently watched the Twilight series. I watched all 5 of them. They were actually pretty decent, guys. Like, I didn't expect them to be so good. I waited this long. Obviously, it's been probably 10 years or maybe longer than that since I watched these. The saga is what they say, right? Saga. Pretty good movies, guys. I also have seen Being Human. And Originals, I've seen that one too, and Legacies, which basically are all kind of the same thing with Vampire Diaries. It's just different parts of it. They all kind of intertwine with each other. I could talk about maybe another vampire show, but not off the top of my head do I remember of any shows right now. So I'll talk about Twilight since I just watched all 5 movies back to back pretty much, guys. Like, it was that good. I watched them back to back. Obviously I had to sleep at some point cuz that's a lot of TV to watch, but I would have to say it was pretty good, man. I like the fact that it has some realism. I think that's the most important part about vampire shows is if there's some realism. Like, if you could relate to the characters that you're watching, right? Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to relate to them because we're not vampires and we're not, werewolves and whatnot. But it makes sense that there's some parts that they're more human than vampire, and there's other parts that are more vampire than human. So what I was going to say is in the Twilight, what I liked about the movie is that Bella, she actually she wanted to become a vampire once she found out that Edward was a vampire through him saving her from the van that her friend was driving and almost crashed into her and killing her, basically. So she was saved by Edward, and then it's pretty amazing, guys. Like, it's cool to see different aspects of being a vampire since it's all fictional and it's not real, guys. Like, I like the fact that the vampires had special abilities. Like, some of them had abilities to see the future. Some of them had the abilities, like Alice had the ability to see into different futures. And then it's kind of weird because she said that it's a possibility that that it will be the future, but I guess it only changes if the person changes their mind. So that's cool too, I like the fact that just about every one of the vampires in the house, the Collins family, right? They all had pretty much powers, right? Technically, most of them had powers, and some of them had cooler powers than others. in my opinion, the power that I liked the most was Edward's, obviously, because Edward's is pretty awesome. To be able to read somebody's mind would be pretty cool, guys. Like, and you're a vampire, you can read somebody's mind, and you're a vampire. That definitely gives you an edge over a lot of other people, and being able to read people's thoughts. It would be unfortunate because you couldn't really shut it off, probably. You know what I mean? Or you would have to try to not do that. But I think that would be a cool power. Seeing it in the future, is always not certain. There's like some other powers too, like the abilities that some of the, like, in the fifth movie, I think one of the tribal vampires, she could like change like the whole, like, what you see, basically. That's a pretty powerful power as well, guys. Like, I think that's cool that they had those abilities and that they can do that stuff. Now let's switch over to the next movie, True Blood. One of my favorites, honestly. Kind of starts off in like Louisiana or something like that, some backcountry place. There's the vampire Bill, and there's a girl. She's human. Her name is Suki. She works at like this burger bar. It's like real, like, country like, but not too country. And I like just the atmosphere. Like, it's good. A lot of the vampire shows, especially around that time, have very similar things happening at once, right? Her friend Tessa, she's a human too. She ends up becoming a vampire. Suki's actually a fairy, right? So it's a different kind of different kind of atmosphere, basically, right? Suki being a fairy, the vampires are really attracted to her. Drinking her blood allows them to walk in the sunlight for a brief period, which makes her kind of unique in itself. Being a vampire in that show is kind of different because the older you are, usually the stronger you are and the faster you become. Those vampires, they can't go into the sun, so they're much different from the rest of these vampires. Like Twilight vampires, they can just go into the sun. They don't really have, like, they don't typically want to go into the sun because they can be, distinguished from a human being because they would look different. They start to, like, glow and stuff. Whereas True Blood vampires, they can't go into the sun at all. They'll end up burning alive and they'll be done. The UV light just burns them and they're toast, guys. So it's very cool, right? It's a very cool story behind it too. This has a very creepy atmosphere. Some of the scenes are like very realistic, but not too realistic. I think it's more all of these shows are pretty romantic. Like, they're about, like, horror romance, guys, right? That's kind of like what it is. It's like horrific, but like kind of romantic at the same time. I think True Blood kind of like steals the show here in the horrorness because, the werewolf Alcide, he's pretty powerful too, you know what I mean? And then you got, like, I forgot the other guy's name, Eric. He's like capturing people and putting them into a dungeon and then feeding off of them. But it's like the whole setup is like a bar, basically, where humans go to drink and they end up, being locked up in the basement by chains. Very, very scariness, like almost too realistic, guys. Like some stuff like that I don't even want to speak of it, guys. Like, that's how crazy some of these shows, they kind of get into your mind here, guys. So now let's talk about Being Human. Being Human is more realistic too, but it's not as realistic, guys. Like, I mean, I would say it's the more realistic one out of them all in terms of just like relatability, not not relatability as in, you get what I'm saying, guys. Like you could relate maybe to the character of the show in some form or way. Being Human is about a ghost named Sally. Her boyfriend, or her husband actually, ends up killing her by accident. It seems like it's accident, but it's on purpose. She loses her ring in the sink. He gets mad. He pushes her down the stairs. She hits her head. She becomes a ghost. That's like the basis of the story. The house is actually haunted. There is a guy named Aiden. There's a guy named Aiden, and there's another guy that moves in with him. I can't remember everybody's names of these shows, guys, but yeah, they move in together. He's a werewolf. He's a vampire, and they're living with a ghost. They can see her because they have special abilities. I like the just interactions between them. It seems really cool how they, work together to find a way how to bring her back to life, and then she ends up passing away again in the movie or in the show. So it has like a deep kind of like, it's like based off of like being in a city, so it has like a deeper relatability. But this like UK kind of like, I think they're like British or something. I don't know exactly. It's very interesting, Sally, when she comes back to life, she's actually like a zombie technically, but at first she's not like a zombie. She starts to eat like animals and stuff first, but she starts working at a morgue, and she wants to eat brains eventually, so she does sort of become a zombie. She wants to eat the brains of people who have already passed. It's very confusing, guys. Like a lot of these shows, they're like not full. Like there are some people in the show who are obviously like, they want to be that nature, and they want to be fully that nature, and that's what they want to be. Like they just want to be these vampires, these creatures of the night, and they just want to like harm and hurt people. And then there's like some people who are like kind of in between, you know what I mean? They don't want to harm people. They would rather like have that in between stage of they'll harm animals, but they won't harm people. You get what I'm saying, guys? Like same with Twilight, the Collins family. They drink animal blood instead of human blood. You get the idea, guys. Like same with Vampire Diaries. Stefan, he drinks animal blood, or he tries to drink blood bags at some points in the show to protect Elena. It's pretty cool how all these shows are similar. They all have similar things involved in them. And out of all of them, like I said, Vampire Diaries is my favorite, guys. I don't want to really touch too much on the other ones, because we'll save those for other videos, and I want to like rewatch them because I haven't seen them in a while. I haven't seen Legacies in a minute, and I was watching originals, but it's hard for me to get through originals sometimes. There's a lot of like commentary. There's a lot of scenes that are just a bit too long, and then it's hard for me to like always watch Klaus. Like Klaus is just like a guy I don't really like in the show very much. The way he like enforces his ways upon people, and tricking people into doing things, and even hurting his own family is a pretty deep kind of like show to watch. I feel like it's a harder one to get through than the others, especially since Marcel gets his heart ripped out in one of the episodes. He gets his heart ripped out and thrown into a river, so it's pretty intense, guys. Like the show is much it's like a little more gory, I guess. It's more gory. It has more like deeper parts that you could watch, and you're like, wow, this is pretty crazy, right, guys? And then I'll also talk about Blade, because Blade's pretty good too, guys. Blade is a good vampire like show too, or movie. Yeah, Blade's pretty good. He's like killing vampires, but he's a vampire himself, but he's half vampire. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, movies too. So I just wanted to touch on vampires and stuff. Leave a comment down below if you guys want to talk about vampire movies or vampire shows or witches or something. Maybe there's a witch show that you can recommend for me to watch. I'll definitely check it out. And basically, maybe it's Dracula or something like that. Oh, and I'll talk about Van Helsing too. Van Helsing is a really good movie too, guys. So those are the two movies I'll talk about. And the other ones will be shows that I'll talk about in the next few episodes, or next few videos, excuse me. That's about it, guys. Peace out. Have a blessed day. And see you later.